Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day on this Thursday before Good Friday. So, let me see who I have here. Shelly Shell. Good afternoon. How are you? Welcome. Hey, Marjan. Welcome. Good afternoon, Larry King. Welcome. Hello, I Cherish. Welcome. Shay, how are you? Happy Thursday. Janice, how are you? Happy Thursday. I hope everyone is having a great day so far. I know I am. It's a blessing to still be here. So I'm going to, good, Janice. I'm glad that you are doing well. I cannot complain. I am having a great day. Hello, I said what I said. How are you today? So I'm going to wait a couple of minutes before I get started. I want a few more people in the live before I start. That's good. I'm glad you're having a wonderful day. So one more minute, y'all, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hey, El Cid, how are you today? Thank you for coming. Hey, who that? How are you today? Thank you for coming. That's good, El Cid. It's good to see you. Hey, Shadow. How are you today? So, before I get started, y'all, let me say this. I just want to take a moment to thank everyone for supporting this channel. The growth of this channel has a lot to do with you all, whether you are in the chat or watching or listening from the bushes. I've said it on more than one occasion that it was not my intent to start a channel, but God knows what's best for us even when we don't. And He can take something that seems negative and turn it into something positive simply because He's God. So no matter why you came to this channel and no matter why you subscribed, it's my prayer and my heart's desire that you are blessed and continue to be blessed by something that was said or done on this channel. Thanks again for getting this channel to 1,000 subscribers. May God continue to bless each and every one of you always. So that's what I had to say, guys. I want to thank you all so very much. And let me not keep you all here long. You know, I have a question. Thanks again, Janice. Yes. And thanks to my moderators. I really appreciate your support as well. So my question is, do you like ordering online? Do you like ordering online? You can just put yes or no in the chat. Janice says yes. Shay said yes. Who that says yes? Okay, Elle said, she said she just ordered food online and eating it now. Shay says too much. Elle said yes. Larry said no. So Larry, so far, Larry is the only one. Okay, Janice said she just had packages delivered. Marjan said she likes food delivering. So, hey, SBK. Thanks for joining. How are you? So my next question, y'all, is who likes receiving gifts? Who likes receiving gifts? Put a 1 in the chat if you like receiving gifts and put a 2 if you don't. Janice says yes. Depends on the sender. Okay. Depends. Just polished off a can of poppycock from Amazon. Larry said yes. Oh, I said says no. She doesn't like receiving gifts. Okay, interesting. Anybody else wants to answer that question? Okay, so the next question is, how do you feel when you receive something that you weren't expecting? Who that says she likes cash gifts? Nothing wrong with that. How do you feel when you receive something that you weren't expecting? That is true, SBK. That's why people need to give from their heart. Janice says that it is touching to feel appreciated. Larry said he feels grateful. I said what I said surprised and suspicious. Hey, Gertrude, welcome. I hope you're having a great day. Elsie says, depends, because they may be asking for a favor with the gift. Janice says, I've returned gifts because I don't like to be reminded of the gift given. Okay. Anybody else want to chime in? So, how about when you're expecting something on one day, but it arrives sooner than you expected? How do you feel about that? For those who like to order online, when you're expecting something on one day, but it arrives sooner than you expected. Yeah, you don't want to be reminded when somebody gives you something. I said what I says she feels good. Janice says she feels happy. Marjan said that's great. It's okay if it comes early. That's what Who That says. Elsie said too soon can get me in trouble with hubby. Okay. Anybody else? Sometimes timing can be everything. Well, recently I ordered something and it arrived much sooner than I expected. I was excited to open the package. But I also had an experience where I ordered something and it took longer than I expected. Of course, I was more excited about the package that arrived earlier than I expected, but the package that took longer blessed me as well. I knew that it would eventually come. I just had to be patient. Okay, Gertrude. Hey, Miss Buckeye. How are you today? I hope today is a great day for you. Oh, so you just got off work. Well, since you're off work, you should be having a great moment at least, right? Oh, wow. Elle said. So, like I was saying, of course, I was more excited about the package that arrived earlier than I expected, but the package that took longer blessed me as well. I knew that it would eventually come. I just had to be patient. Well, that's how it is when it comes to God. There are times when we pray for something and it happens right away. And then there are times when we simply have to wait. Having to wait teaches us patience. It also gives us time to prepare. Let's face it, sometimes we aren't prepared to receive the things that God has in store for us. Preparation and patience are key. So Marjan is in the chat giving suggestions. She said, El said, next time have it delivered to your work. So, for instance, a single person who wishes to be married may pray for what he or she wants in a spouse. At the same time, he or she may not be in a position to receive the person that God has for them. There may be things that he or she needs to work on first. Maybe things like being too selfish, for instance. Now, you could be married and also be selfish, but if you are, just be prepared to be in a marriage that's more difficult than it needs to be. Be prepared for many disappointments. Marriage takes a lot of give and take. So, right, Elsie says, I had to also pray to recognize the spouse when sent to me. And Janice says, the encouragement is strong from Marjan. Get everyone in trouble. Who that says, Gertrude, I didn't want to go through menopause either because I didn't want to dry up. when it came around 55, I was okay mentally and emotionally. So today's scripture verse comes from Matthew 6:33. And it says, "But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." In Matthew 6, Jesus is teaching about prioritizing God's kingdom and how God provides. So, starting at verse, hold up. Is Sweet Riddle in the chat? Because if she is, I don't see her. Yeah, I don't see Sweet Rita in the chat, but let me go on. So starting, yeah, I don't think Sweet Rita is in the chat. Maybe that was a mistake. So starting at verse 30, Matthew chapter 6. "Wherefore, if God so clothe the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Therefore take no thought, saying, What shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that you have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." Hey, Vaughn, welcome. I hope you're well rested, and I hope you're having a great day so far. Thanks for coming into the chat, and thanks for being an excellent moderator. So, God provides everything that we need, and he knows when we need it. The question is, what are you expecting? You don't need to put that in the chat. I don't know what you may be expecting, but God does. And just know that whatever it is, he will provide in his time. Okay, so, oh, wait a minute. Vaughn says she's cooking. Okay, Vaughn. I was going to say something, Vaughn, but I'm not even going to do that. Uh-oh, Vaughn, quick, hide the fruit snacks. Okay, El Cid is giving advice. That's great. But again, if you're expecting something, just know that whatever you're expecting, whatever God has for you, you will receive it in due time. Sometimes you don't even have to pray for things. Sometimes somebody else is praying for you and you may receive. Amen. You may receive what God has for you sooner than you expected. So that is all I have to say today. I have the link pinned in the chat. If anyone wants to come up to say a few words on the subject, feel free to hit that link and join the panel. Again, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining, not just joining the live, but I want to thank you for helping this channel grow. And I pray that whatever you're expecting, that God sends it your way and that you have patience to receive it and that you are prepared to receive it as well. So, yes, thumbs up the live, y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, Marshawn, how are you?
Good morning. How are you feeling?
I'm good.
Did you get any sleep since you were up late
What
at night?
happened? I wasn't up late at night.
Or late this morning, sorry.
No, I wasn't up. I wasn't up doing the whole live. I just joined for the last hour or so of the live.
Oh, okay.
So
Um,
yeah, I wasn't.
well, first thing, I want to congratulate you on your 1,000. Um, I was looking at the cat. It says 1.1, so I don't know if that's like 1,100 or do you know what the
No,
count is?
no, it's not 1100.
Oh, okay.
It's
Um,
just over 1,000.
okay.
Hey,
So,
Kenyatta, happy
uh,
Thursday. Go
but
ahead.
I wanted to say, one, I wanted to thank everybody who did subscribe to your channel because you're such a blessing. I hope uh, you've been such a blessing to everybody. And the reason your channel is growing is because you've been such a blessing. And uh, I met you through Val, his channel originally, and you and him had prayed for Robert. And I know I keep bringing his name up, but the fact that Robert. Also, I was talking to some other people yesterday. The only reason he's alive is because of the grace of God. It has nothing to do with the fact that he has good insurance, the fact that he's in like one of the top hospitals in U.S. The fact that he is alive today is truly by the grace of God and by the people who prayed for him. And so I wanted to thank you for all the prayers you have said for him and me. But it's I believe in the power of prayer, and I believe in God. God is a good God, and God's timing is always the right time. And we might not understand it. Robert has officially as of this month, well, as of May, it's going to be almost a whole year he hasn't been home.
Wow.
He's been between hospital and rehab. At Once May gets here, it's going to be a whole year. But he has both of his legs. So even though they wanted to do stuff at Mayo that we didn't
Mm-hmm.
consent to, but um, uh, I believe God's timing is the right timing. It might not be convenient for us, but it's always the good timing. And you've been such a blessing. And I wanted to thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome for the prayers, and I do know that prayer does work. And God bless you and Robert. Hey, Real, how are you? Thank you, Marjan. I
Thank you.
appreciate you.
I'll go down. Thanks.
Thank you. Continue to be blessed.
Thank you.
Hey, I said what I said.
Okay, can you hear me now, Alice?
I hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had my headset on mute. My bad. Uh, how are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I
Good.
kind of got a little perturbed when I was watching the news a while ago, but I'm okay.
Oh,
The news can do that to you,
yeah. Can
but
you not watch the news before you come to my live?
I guess not. Um, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I was watching it before you got live
uh,
because I've been trying to watch this clip, all
uh-huh.
day, and I've been kind of busy today.
Uh-huh.
And it's about the little boy that that's in trouble right now, and so I just learned a few things about that
Oh,
case
okay.
that I was totally unaware of, but nevertheless,
Uh-huh.
I didn't finish it, so I'm gonna just put that out there. But I am glad that they came on and gave us an explanation of what's really going on, so
Mm-hmm.
some of the riffraff can stop. But I came up here to say I was expecting you to give us some elaboration on the way that we voted. And I know you gave us a scripture, and you were talking about God's timing and what's for you is for you. But
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were gonna, you always have some little a little surprise that you throw into the chat. So, I was kind of afraid to vote. Uh,
Oh.
Because you always say, well, you do this and you vote in this way and that, but and it's not that you're accusatory or anything, but you just make us think. So I was waiting on it.
Uh-huh.
I was waiting on it to happen. I'm like, okay, what do this vote mean? What is she getting ready to say?
No. I was.
especially especially when you said, do you not like to get gifts? And the
Uh-huh.
reason why I said I don't like to get gifts, because I'm always and I shouldn't be this way, but I'm suspicious of people. I'm trying to figure out what your motive is, when you bring me a gift or what have you. and i
Uh-huh.
and I'm really the person that is always giving. So when you're always giving, it's very hard for you to receive.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
very difficult for me to receive because I'm always giving. And
Uh-huh.
everybody's always coming to me for everything. So when they bring me something, I'm like, oh well, Lord, what do I do? I'm perplexed.
Right.
And I've always been that way. And so somebody had to remind me that it's okay for you to receive gifts too.
Uh-huh.
But I feel bad when people give me gifts for some reason, and I know
I
that's
know
crazy.
I actually, yeah, I actually can relate to that. I know that
Oh, can
feeling.
you? You ain't okay,
Yeah.
good, good.
Hmm.
Because
That's
at the
something
end of
that
the
I'm go ahead.
no, you go ahead. I'll listen.
No, that's something that I've been working on for years. I've gotten a little better, but I still, you know, have those feelings of, not that I don't trust people, it's just that I'm so used to giving
Yeah,
that it's difficult to be on the receiving end.
it is. Yeah. Well, I'm a little bit of both. I don't trust people, and I'm not used to getting gifts, and so now, when I was married, my husbands would give me gifts, and that was okay. But everybody else, then
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I have a raised eyebrow. Like, why are they giving me a gift? What do they want from me? And I'm sorry, but that's just how my mind think. I'm very suspicious of people. And yeah, see, Vaughn understand what I'm talking about too. She know. That's
Mm.
why come I adopted her as my little sister, because we think alike a lot.
Uh,
But yeah, I'm trying to figure out, why are these people giving me this gift? And 9 times out of 10, I'm right about that, Alice, because somebody give you something, then here they come.
reminding
Next
you.
week, here they come next week. Well, can I borrow this and that? And I'm like, oh my God. And then,
Uh-huh.
you try to be nice to people. And as soon as they find out that you nice and empathetic,
Hmm.
okay, and don't get it wrong. I am nice and empathetic, but I'm also a Gemini, so that other side will come out also if I feel like you're trying to take advantage or what have you. So I'm gonna say what I gotta say. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I do have empathy for people, and I feel sorry for people when they're in a bind or what have you. Because what I do is I put myself in their place, and I know the walk that I had. And so when somebody tell me they're in need, it makes me go back to the time that when I was in need. And so that's why come I don't mind helping people out. But some people will take your meekness for weakness. And then that's when you have to
Right.
get them straight,
Uh-huh.
And so, and so when you get them straight, then you become something else to them. When you tell them how you really feel about things.
Yeah.
And so, and I am the type of person, if I give you something, I've given it to you. I don't have to go and tell everybody what I did for you, and you don't have to go and
Exactly.
tell everybody what I did for you, and vice
Right.
versa. And so, and I think sometimes people be expecting me to, go out and blast this and that, and I'm not that type of person. Whatever I do it. And if I
Mm-hmm.
can't do it or what have you, even if you tell me, if I do something for you and you tell me you're gonna pay me back, and you don't pay me back, you know what I say? Well, baby, I guess you needed it more than I did, because guess what?
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna give you something that I don't have anyway. And maybe,
Right.
I need to work on that too, because people say that you're supposed to give your last. I ain't seen that in the Bible nowhere, but people swear you're supposed to do that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not finna do without to help somebody else who made a poor decision. I can't let your poor decision put me in the poorhouse along with you. And really, there ain't no sense in both of us being, poor or
Mm-hmm.
being without. So, and maybe I'm thinking wrong. I don't know, but hey, it is what it is, and that's just how I think. And so, especially my family members, because I know them and they know me.
Uh-huh.
And so, when they come to me or what have you, they already know they're gonna have to give me an explanation of why, and then they're gonna have to give me a date of when, and then they're gonna have to tell me what for.
Uh-huh.
Why are you in this position? What is it that you want from me? And what is it that you want me to do? And then when you're gonna pay me back?
Right.
And a lot of times, I know they're not going to pay me back. But what I do is, in order to get people out of my pocket, or get them from doing what, from begging or what have you, I go ahead and let them have it. I got a lot of family members owe me money right now, and I don't say a word to them, because guess
Mm-hmm.
what? I do not have to worry about them coming back to me again. So sometimes I'm gonna let you keep whatever it is that I
Yeah.
gave you. That
Yeah.
way you're not coming back to me again, okay? Because you already owe me. I'm gonna say something about it if you come back.
Uh-huh.
Because anybody know me know that I'm gonna bring it back up. Now I don't bring it up if it's not necessary, but if it's necessary to me, if you're trying to come back again, and I'm like,
Right.
no, I ain't gonna be able to do that, because you didn't pay me back the first time, so I can't just let you keep running this bill up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I see real laughing at me, but I'm for real, real.
Yeah.
I am. I'm for real on that. And so, I may be wrong on my thinking or what have you, but maybe God not finished with me yet. But maybe that's the road that I'm taking right now. And so I feel like you have to protect your peace, and you have to protect your pocketbook sometimes, and you have to protect yourself, because people will try to take advantage of you if you allow them to. And in
Yeah.
my opinion, people only treat you the way that you allow them to treat you, right?
That's true.
Okay. So do you think
El says, grandma says they will lose more than they took.
that's right? And she right about that. They will.
And Real says God gonna replace it anyway in some way, form, or fashion. So that's on them.
Exactly. And that's normally what happens. That's normally what happened. And so that's why I don't really worry about, doing the things that I do. And some people question it like, they're not gonna. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it for good. Whatever they mean it, whatever they do with it, that's on them. That's between
Right.
them and God. That don't have nothing to do with me. If they ask me and I give it to them out the bottom of my heart, and trust me, it's at the bottom of my heart.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't at the top of my heart. It's at the bottom. So I go ahead and do what I gotta do, and then whatever you do, it's on you.
Yeah,
And I
that's
don't go,
true.
yeah, and I don't go around and tell people, in the family, well, she did this or she did that. Now I got this one cousin, me and her, we don't have no secrets, and we may discuss things or whatever, but um, and she do talk a lot, so I have to remind her, keep this to ourselves. This is just you and I talking. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and so you don't want me telling your business. I don't need you telling mine. So, and trust me, you got way more business than I got going on. So you don't want me spilling no tea, then don't spill my tea. The gift. This is about giving. Who that? This is the way I gift. I told you God ain't done yet, but this is the way I give gifts. But and so so you and I, because sometimes you do have to have people that you talk to and that you know, everybody have that person that they talk to all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so she and I just talk to each other. And so, I make sure that she don't, go around telling everybody in the family or what have you, because they do her the same way. Because me and her are both, we're just alike. Our birthdays are a day apart. So we both have the same spirit when it comes to giving and feeling sorry for people.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes, we'll be talking about them, and then she'll go ahead and say, she said, I'm not going to do it. And then she turn around and do it. And I'll be like, I thought you said you. And she's my girl, I feel sorry
Uh-huh.
for him. And, you do, you feel sorry for people. And so, even, and especially when it's young people, because, you were young one time and you have to remember how you were when you were young. So that's what, help you you know,
Yeah.
give freely and, and try to help people out. But, um, I just, you just can't let people take advantage of you. But as far as me receiving gifts and stuff, like I said, I never really received gifts. It's very hard for me to accept a gift, but it's very easy for me to give a gift. And my
Mm-hmm.
kids get upset with me on Mother's Day because to this day, my mom have been gone for like 22 years. Well, not
Uh-huh.
actually 25, so actually 24 years.
Okay.
But I still just don't like Mother's Day, you know.
Mm.
And when my mother was here, I didn't want to celebrate Mother's Day because I didn't feel like I had did my job because my kids were still young, and I used to tell the kids, well, and I know I'm always going to be your mother or whatever, but let me hit a milestone and then y'all can start worrying about giving me gifts. So once I hit the milestone of getting them grown, then that's when my mom passed, and so now it's like I just can't get a break when it comes to Mother's Day. I just do not like Mother's Day for whatever reason. And my kids have to remind me, but you're still our mother. And I'm like, I understand. And they still bring me gifts on Mother's Day, but that's just a sad day for me because I'm thinking about my mom all the time on
Um.
Mother's Day. So and hopefully eventually I can get over that, so that I
Mm-hmm.
can receive of gifts. And they do give me gifts, but I'm just not that happy about them. And last but not least, now the reason why I said I don't like people giving me gifts because
Mm-hmm.
I'm picky. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very picky, and most of the time people buy me stuff that I just don't like. And I'd rather you just keep your money instead of me being ungrateful. And it's not that I'm ungrateful, but I just like what I like. And a lot of times, people that do try to give me a gift, they know what I like. They know what's going on. Now I'm talking about my family because it's only going to be my sisters and my kids, right?
Uh-huh.
So they know what type of person I am. And I'm not thinking that I'm all of that or none of that. But, everybody have what they like. Everybody got their likes and what their dislikes are. And so a lot of times people give you gifts, and a lot of times, I'm sorry, you just don't even really want it. I
Yeah.
don't anyway. And it's not that I'm ungrateful, but I just like if you don't give me something that I like, then I just prefer you don't give me anything. And somebody put it in the chat, just give me some money. And I prefer money so I can go buy my own gift. But most of the
Yeah.
time, when somebody give me money, I'm thinking, oh, they probably need that money. Don't give, I'm like, don't just go to keep your money. So it's kind of hard to please me. It really, really is. Because at the end of the day, I really buy everything that I like anyway. So it's really not a gift that you can give me.
Uh-huh.
I really don't need any gifts because anything that I want, I go buy that myself. So I do better. You'll do better by like what means something to me is like go wash my car or come clean this house up. You know, some stuff that I don't want to do. To me, that's
Uh-huh.
a gift. That's a gift.
Yeah, that
I
is a
feel
gift.
better. I feel better if you do something for me that I don't want to do. To me, that feel better to me than you giving me something.
Yeah. Acts of service.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's really a truly a gift for me.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's an excellent gift.
Yeah, for me it is. Yeah.
Especially something you don't want to do
Hmm.
and somebody else.
And they come and do it. Yeah, they come clean this
Mhm.
house up or wash my car or clean my car out or things that I care about but I just really don't want to do but I have to do anyway.
Uh-huh.
Let's put it like this: all the Cinderella chores, I don't like them, but I have to do them.
The Cinderella chores.
Yeah, I call them
Okay.
Cinderella chores. Yeah, around the house, all the Cinderella stuff we have to do.
Uh-huh.
Because they made Cinderella to clean the whole house and do everything while the stepsisters
Uh-huh.
watched her. So when I have to do all those Cinderella chores, that tires me out. It takes my time up. And so if you come and do that for me, or go shopping, go grocery shopping for me, to me that's better than you giving me money or a gift any day.
Yeah.
And I'll be quiet because real is up here.
No, you can keep yapping. It's fine.
No, but I can
That's what I
keep
like
yapping.
doing.
I'm not just yapping real. I'm spitting out truths.
No, that's what I call my live last night. I'm like vibing, talking, yapping. Because once I get yapping and get inside of a zone, it's like I
Hmm.
think certain people might not like it because I think I miss comments, but I need to get whatever it is that's flowing through me out, and then you know,
Right. Well, also too, Alice thinks she's gonna come up here for 15 minutes and send us on out the door, but that's not happening. So that's why I do a lot of yapping when I come on Alice channels.
oh yeah, of course. I mean, I ain't gonna keep y'all too long because I realize now that it's been put out there that I can go on and on. So it's like I'm gonna talk and then I'm gonna stop myself because it's like I can't. I'm not going
You
because I
just now
know.
realizing that real?
Yeah, I mean, until some people brought it, I'm like, oh, I was in your live and I was saying what's up to you and this and that, and you didn't say that. I'm like, was getting a message out, so I didn't know. I didn't know. Like once I get into what I need to get out, it's like you're inside that zone. You're like a typewriter or a computer, and you're going. So
Yeah.
it's like you can get back to it, and people should realize like you're not getting ignored. If you got a wrench inside my channel, it's like,
Right.
yeah, I'm thinking about you. I just
Well,
gotta.
that's interesting that you just finding it out though. I'm just floored with that.
Touche,
Speaking
my
of,
dear, touche.
hey,
Well,
April.
I never said I didn't real. I tell people all the time. I know I got a big
Hey,
mouth.
bro.
So at the end of the day, I'm just
But
saying it's interesting that you're just now finding that out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
speaking of real,
yeah.
I have to get this out
Go ahead. It's fine.
because, hey, Mookie, I was in your live last night. And although I was a little on the tired side, I was, watching you. And from what I remember, you never spoke to me. And I'm a little, upset by that.
Well, you know what? My apologies, and I'm gonna keep my eyes open towards chat because I said once the chat starts going, once whatever comes in me and I start talking and flowing, it's like if it skips over, my apologies to whoever. But I'm gonna keep that in mind to give y'all acknowledgement and give y'all a shout out because I'm a big speaker on that too with other people. I tell people don't be skipping over people's messages, but mine, honestly, it's not even intentionally. It's
I
it's
hope you
not.
know. Yeah, I hope you know that I'm just kidding with you.
Well, he
I
didn't
mean,
speak to me
no.
either, Alice, but he read my comments. So
Hey,
I
some
looked at
people
that.
don't be.
I looked
Some
at that
people.
as speaking. I did. I just, I charged it to his heart and not to his head and not his heart. So I already know how he
Uh-huh.
feel.
Yeah,
So
I know he didn't do that intentionally.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, because sometimes that can bother people. Like this is the thing. Like if you're at my channel, right, and I've built a rapport with you, and it's like, okay, I need to acknowledge you. I understand that because now I understand people's emotions and how they are on YouTube, and it's like I get it. Like that's just me. I want to be a little bit different from everybody else, and I understand that. some people can come to your channel to learn. Some people can come to your channel to laugh. Some people want to come to be acknowledged. And that's, I get it. I know some people like, that's stupid and blah, blah, blah. Well, not to me. Like if that's what can help get your day or night going, because you haven't been filled inside of a certain way and you need a refill, that could be something that can fill your spirit right then and that at the moment. And that's what I'm starting to understand and cultivate. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, it's
I
what's needed.
understand what you're saying, but let me just explain something to you. You don't really have to speak to me because I come to your channel to hear you. I like you, and I understand the assignment, especially being a content creator. Sometimes you can, you have to do so many things when you're doing a show, right? It's a lot of moving pieces to it. And so if you forget to speak to somebody, trust me, I'm never offended about that. And I know Alice was playing with you, but I'm just letting you know in anybody channel that I ever go to, because you've already shown me, what how much you care about me and how much you care about, how you feel about it, how you feel about me being in your chat or what have you, because you've already expressed that to me before. So if I go to anybody's channel and they miss over speaking to me, because like I said, now that I'm a content creator, I understand the assignment and I really don't mind at all, because I'm going to do so much talking in your chat. So you're going to recognize me one way or the other, whether you say hi or you're going to highlight that comment, because once again, I do a lot of talking.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put comments in that chat. So you're gonna recognize me one way or the other. You can rest assured that, especially if I'm on your channel. And I'm not doing it to get recognition. It's just that I be really off into the content, and I'm really participating. Because
Thank you.
if I'm gonna do something, I do it, and if I'm not, I'm not.
Right?
So
absolutely.
I would never come to your channel and not put a comment in your channel. And Alice will tell you, she know.
Yeah, no, thank you. Because I don't think like me, honestly. Like, I know some people like, oh, you trying to get this and that. Yes, at one point I was trying to, be a content creator, but there's another part that does genuinely have a care for people. And it's like, if I have to motivate them, and I know some people are like, oh, why are you wasting your time on people, and why are you motivating them? And I'm just like, man, shut up and get behind me right now. Like, I'm not trying to hear you. Like, if that's what happens and comes over me to do that, because you never know what somebody's going through. You never know what they're experiencing. You never know.
But to me, you guys have shown a lot of grace to people. So, everybody channel that I go to, they show grace. So I don't get offended over the little things.
Yeah,
to me, that's a little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to me, it's just like, okay, I'm going wherever I go with this, it goes. And I know some people don't like it, because when I went back to their channels or something like that, it's just like, for some odd reason, it's like, my wrench is gone or this, but I don't say nothing about it. I'm just like, oh, well, who cares?
Well, let me just give you a little nugget on that, because you've given me so much advice. So now it's time to, flip the script. Since I'm an expert in everything after 2 months, right?
Y'all chat is crazy down there, but I'm listening to y'all too. Go ahead.
This is what I do when I'm on my channel, and it makes everybody, before I even start my content, I just, like Alice do, I just speak to everybody first, and then when you come in, even because I do commentary with calls, and so even when they come in, I still kind of speak to them. And the whole time I'm doing my commentary, I'm going down the line highlighting. So that way you can still make your audience, know you can still recognize your audience. And as you're talking, just highlight. And that way, you're still showing, gratitude towards your audience. Because I've had several people come to my channel and tell me that I like the way that you pay attention to everybody, and it's just really feedback from the audience, and that's the only reason why I'm telling you that.
Thank you. Yeah, I have to realize that once, but sometimes it's like I didn't realize I had like 30 or 40 something people that came inside there that I know across YouTube. So sometimes it's like I'm thinking I'm seeing some of the same names because it starts with some of the same letters, and I'm like, okay, let me be conscientious of it.
And let me ask you this, and how do you do your lives? Like, do you go through YouTube or do you go through StreamYard? Because I'm thinking YouTube may be a little different than StreamYard.
I go through YouTube. I go through
See,
YouTube.
yeah, and so I noticed because sometimes when when a lot of people that's online, it's different, and you have to do it. It's different on my phone, and it's like even if because I'm watching you on my TV and my phone, and if
Mhm.
I put you on pause on my phone, then it's like I'm kind of behind in the chat. So I guess that's when everybody is going online, on live on YouTube. So that may be a little bit different. So when you go on live on YouTube, can you highlight comments or?
Honestly, I don't know about that. That's something I have to try. But I know you
Oh,
said you can do it. I
you can't.
can. I
You
can.
cannot.
Oh yeah, because you don't have streamer. Okay, yeah, that I don't.
Yeah.
I just be going.
And so that would make you, Janice, just get in contact with me. My email address is on my page, and I can help you with StreamYard if you need some help. But
Hmm.
so that's the reason why you're probably missing. And that now I can see why you miss people then, because if you're just doing it on your phone, then you have to go back down and
Uh-huh.
try to remember who you didn't speak to, and that's very difficult. It really is, because even on StreamYard, if you don't stop or if you don't stop your browser and highlight that one comment where you left off at, you still may miss some people. So
Yeah.
that's very, and that's what I'm saying. So when you're doing a show, it's not just that you're talking to the audience. We have to work this technology also. And then,
Hmm.
and to some of us, it's real new because I'm still learning StreamYard, some things on StreamYard. Pretty much got that down, but I'm using other browsers also. So sometimes, you're just trying to learn how to use the technology also. So y'all show a little grace to me and Real and Alice and all of us
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
content
Santa,
creators.
drive
Y'all show us a little
safely.
grace. Hey, Senna, just show us a
Mhm.
little grace. That's all, people.
Indeed. Hey, everybody inside the chat, anybody that I missed, Senna or Brills, anybody, because I know I didn't get to say anything. Yeah, but with that whole thing, I noticed sometimes it can come out different too. And when you actually do it to your channel, like if you turn your phone horizontally and not vertically, it can show up on your channel. Like I guess like
Mhm.
it's like a different thing when you show up on live vertically, it's different
It's
because you
different
go,
than
yeah,
horizontally. Yeah. Well, and we got that out the way. So let's go on to another subject. Now,
yeah.
how do you feel about gifts, Real? And Alice ain't trying to take over your show, but I really want to hear Real. I want to hear Real's explanation about gifts.
So with that whole thing, right? I try to tell and teach people around me to open your mind and to be very mindful that gifts go beyond materialistic things and physical things of which you can be gifting and giving people, so
Hmm.
that they have to understand you were raised up a certain way. So you think getting gifts is uh give me a pocketbook, give me a toy, give me this, give me that. And I try to open people's eyes to realize that some of the greatest gifts that can be given to you can go beyond that and can be even greater once you realize what it is. Because you could be thinking that you're not getting gifts from somebody, and gifts go when I'm so how I'm gonna break this down with gifts, it's endless with what giving gifts is. And I'll just go right into it. So most people think, oh, I need money from you. Oh, thank you for that gift. Oh, thank you for giving me this gift set. Thank you for buying me something for Victoria's Secret. Thank you for giving me my Bed Bath and Beyond lotions. Thank you for my smell good candles. Oh, thank you for my corset, or thank you for my thing that sucks me up inside the middle. I forget what it's called, and people can appreciate that stuff.
Hmm.
But there are gifts greater than physical things that you bestow upon people, and when they see it, it's appreciative. And one of the greatest gifts you can give somebody is time, effort, caring, care, acknowledgement, skill, teaching them something. Those are all gifts that you can give to somebody. So somebody can have everything, right? And then guess what? They're all lonely. What can you give them and they might not want it or appreciate it? Okay, they're antisocial, they're don't want to be around people. You can give them the gift of time, give them the gift of listening. That is a gift so great inside of its own that people don't understand that. So somebody's sitting there telling you, oh, well, you didn't do this, you didn't give me nothing. It's like, okay, people don't want to sit here and listen to you for this or that. But guess what? You're the one that's sitting there listening to them on the phone for 1, 2, and 3 hours. You're giving them and gifting them time right there. That's a gift that's helping to fix them. Oh, I'm sick. I can't do nothing. My health is slightly okay. I'm gonna gift you me giving my gift of action. Nobody else gonna do it. Nobody else side of the family cares about you. Your so-called friends, you done treated everybody like all types of ways, right? And now there's nobody inside your corner because you were so mean and vile and narcissistic. But guess who's coming through? The person who you treated like the worst. Now I'm giving my gift of caring. It's still a gift in itself.
Hey, Joy Chit Chat. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Real.
No. So it's like gift goes beyond the physical things, because if somebody's giving you, like, okay, if you're still mobile, could do things, them giving you money, that's fine. But if you can't go nowhere and do nothing with it, that's not really a gift. That's not going to make you happy because you're sitting at home and you're sulking inside depression or this or that. But somebody can gift you words of encouragement, because that's still a gift. Like when once people realize it goes beyond that, there's so many gifts that you can give, and gifting people that's still your energy. So it's just like, okay, I put my thoughts into my energy into it. No, give that back and let people say that they don't care about those type of gifts. Stop doing it and see how much it hurts or affects them, or how downward spiral they're going to go. Because I'm telling you, it's a gift in itself.
Well, how do you feel about receiving gifts?
It's nice, but I don't care. And I'm the type of person where I don't expect gifts. Like I just don't expect it. Like I'm the type of person where I just used to help people out and give to the point sometime where it's like you give to you ain't got nothing left. And then I didn't expect something inside return, because I know that's how some people are like, oh, why are you doing this and that? I'm just like, I don't care. Like I genuinely don't care. And if I receive something, I'm very, very thankful. I'm very appreciative. And I'm going to let you know that. Like, even if it's a tiny gift, even if it's telling me you appreciate this or sharing me or doing, that's how I feel about that. Like I'm not, and I saw what somebody said earlier about, oh, they're kind of leery about certain stuff and gifts from people because you don't know what their intentions are, if they did spells and all that stuff. And I mean, yes, is it true? More than likely. But guess what? If you're protected and if you are in a state where whatever thing they done did, whatever deity that they serve, if yours is stronger, it ain't gonna do nothing to you. Like, guess what? It's like, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. It's like, it didn't say that it might try to hit you or hurt you, but it ain't gonna kill you. It ain't gonna stop you. So you just gonna keep going on. Yeah, see this watching that came up here. Sorry, unalive.
It's all right.
Unalive. And like y'all, I'm kind of like a giving person, even if it's nothing but my time, my effort, my words, okay, money, this, that. That's just, I see it for what it truly is. Like even when Jesus was walking around, you think he was honestly, okay, he was gifting people life, grace, redeeming qualities, healing. Those were gifts he were giving to people. And it might not have been money, but it was still a gift because you didn't have it. He didn't have to give it, but he gave it freely. Oh, we're hungry. It's not enough food. Well, let me gift this power of multiplication and multiplying this physical things around me so everybody can eat. That's a gift. And when you start seeing how things are gifted, you'll see it goes beyond the physical sense, beyond what we've been taught for these physical things, for this system that we're in. It's hard to break that thought process, but once you start to really see what it is and really grow with like whatever you want to grow with, it's like gifts come inside so many ways. Somebody could give you $100 and they'd be like, yo, thank you. I appreciate that. I would too. But then you might not see them again. Or now they holding you by your coattail, like, well, I gave you $100. Now you gotta, somebody can give you time and cook you meals for a whole year. That's an even greater gift. Because they're
Yeah.
actually thinking about you, you know?
And I always say that my health is way more important than my wealth. Because like you said, if you don't have the strength to go spend the money, what good is it going to do you? You know?
Mm-hmm.
And what enjoyment can you get out of it if you can't just go, you know, spend it the way that's, you know, buy yourself something that's going to make you happy. But, you know, I always make myself happy. So if somebody give me something, you know, and you know, I was telling you guys, you know, I really don't like people to give me stuff because 9 times out of 10, I'm sorry, I'm just not probably gonna like it, but I'll accept it and I won't say anything, but you know, deep down inside, I just really kind of put it to the side, especially if it's something that I don't like. Like I got some perfume from one of my kids a long time ago, and that perfume's still sitting on my dresser because I didn't like the way it smelled.
I
And
mean, I agree with you.
you know, so I really prefer you keep your money, you know. So to me, it's a waste of money to give somebody something and they don't want it. And even when I buy gifts, I ask people, "Hey, what do you want?" And people be like, "Well, you just go buy me something." No, I want to buy you something
No,
that you
no,
like.
no, no,
Let
no.
me
See,
buy you something that you like and that you're gonna use rather than me trying to figure out something that you know that you want. If you tell I like to buy people what they want, no matter what it is. I mean, if it's you know within reason, I prefer you tell me what it is that you like versus me trying to go get something that I like. Because if I go buy you something, I'm gonna buy you something that I like at the end of the day.
yeah, no, I totally agree. Like just like certain people have bought me things and they think just because I'm a man, I would like certain stuff. And it's just like, you know, I'll look at it and I'm like, thank you. But you know what? And sometimes I'm honest. Like sometimes, or I'll find a way that I can utilize the gift that they have given me. I'm like, okay, I'm going to appreciate and do it. But then at other times, I'm just like, you know, you wasted your time, and I don't
Right.
really care about this. Like, oh, okay, I got you this because you're a man, or here, I'm gonna get you this like decanter thing to put whiskey and all types of stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't drink whiskey, you know, like I don't,
Right.
but you're a man. It's just like, okay, or here, you know, one of my boys got me a cigar set. I don't smoke cigars. Nothing against people who do, but it's just like, and
It
then when
ain't
I
me.
was, yeah, it ain't me. And, you know, and it's like, well, you know what? You know, we've all done this. I don't want to hear nobody like, no, that's just foul. It's just like, why am I going to just let this sit here? Okay, now I can give this gift to somebody else on their day. Like, that's just how I look at it. Because if I'm not going to use it and they don't want to take it back, then it's just like, okay, I'm gonna appreciate the gesture, but that's why some of my family sometimes kind of don't like me because I don't know. I don't celebrate holidays. That's just me. Like after a certain age, I don't know. It's just I
I
don't have
don't either,
anything.
real. You know,
Hey, Penelope.
my kids is asking me what am I gonna do for Easter. I'm like, well, you know, it's another day. I mean, I'm not gonna go out and
Yes.
buy anything, and I mean, I don't have to do. I really don't have to do all of that no more. Y'all grown, so you know I've done my time. It's the way I feel
Yeah, I'll do it for
because
the
I was
gesture,
doing
but
it.
once I
Yeah,
started
I was
seeing
doing it for
stuff,
y'all
yeah,
anyway.
for
I wasn't
you.
doing it for me. You know, I was just doing it. You know, just so they can celebrate the holidays. So now the kids are grown or what have you, and they have kids. I just give them money and tell them, you know, just tell them it's from Gigi, you know, or what have you. I make them do it. I don't. I just don't do. You know, I don't do too many holidays and stuff no more. Because to
I
me,
agree.
it's just another day. Because if you love the Lord, you should love Him every day.
But see, that's exactly. See, I'm glad you kind of said that because to me, it's just like I started looking at it a different way, right? I'm like, okay, Christmas, this day, Valentine's Day, all that stuff. I mean, I get it. I know that it's special. And sometimes like it might rear its head and something. I'm like, okay, what can somebody, then I'll just push it back out. Cause it's like, but to me, every day is those days. It's just like, if I'm going to love you, I'm going to love you every day. I'm not going to just, oh, here for this special day, I'm going to get you this and this. It's like, you're going to get gifts here and there. You're going to get my love here and there. If you're my mother for Mother's Day, I'm going to still say happy Mother's Day to the mothers, but you're still going to get my love, respect, and appreciation and acknowledgement as a mother. If it's your birthday and this and all kinds of stuff, it's like,
Now that's one day I will celebrate is somebody's birthday. To me, your birthday is real important because
yeah,
that's the day that you're born. Now I'm a big giver when it comes to birthdays. I feel like
yeah,
that's a blessing, and that's really the only holiday that I will celebrate. But the way that I look at gifts are, to me, it's all for these companies to make money. We got to give every
dang,
we got a holiday almost every month
took
of the
the
year.
words right
And
out of my mouth.
Yeah,
it's just a way for you to go spend some money, in my opinion.
that's
And
true.
See,
and and I'm not trying to deter anybody from holidays or anything, but to me, it's just for the consumers to go out and go spend all their money, and for all of these corporations and companies to make money. And let's take June 19th for an example, right? Because really, it wasn't a holiday in June that I know of, and June 19th is really a Texas holiday. That's the day that Texas found out that they were freed from slavery. But they've made it a national holiday now. So now we have a holiday in June. Uh in March, St. Patrick's Day. Well, that's not for everybody. That's for the Irish.
that's
But
for
they
their
but
culture.
but they've made it a national holiday. So now if you look at the calendar,
That's
every month you have to spend money for one reason or the other. Now November don't have me. Well, November have Thanksgiving. October have Halloween, and then in August you have to buy school clothes for your kids. So at the end of the day, it's every month you're spending money to so that these corporations can make money, and you can rest assured they don't even let one holiday leave before they start put up stuff for the next holiday. Like I seen stuff for Easter in March, the
yeah.
beginning of March. They start putting out eggs and rabbits and what do rabbits have to do with Easter anyway? But that's a whole nother story,
Nothing.
Alice.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
to me that's kind of pagan and pagan and whatever. But a lot of this stuff is just for commercial use. It's just for these people to make money, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, agree. And see, this is the thing that I used to try to tell certain people, and they're like, "No, no, money is abundant and all this stuff." That you complaining about it during the holiday season. I said, if you're going to participate in stuff like that, I've done my own little looky test, and I've realized that during around those holidays, the same stuff that I used to buy for people. I mean, like I said, I'll still buy for them, but I don't really care. It's like the price will significantly go up at least 35 to like 75% more around that time. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna buy this stuff 3 or 4 months in advance because soon as around those holiday date time comes, it's like this stuff is gonna just go up in price, and they know that people are gonna spend, spend, spend. So it's like now you're spending, 35 to almost double what you would normally pay if you would have bought it 2 months, 3 months ahead of time. And that's what it's made to do. And then people will get mad and see, now you're bringing me back to some things of why I didn't used to like celebrating holidays with certain people. They'll make it such a big thing, and oh, we're family and we friends and we need to be really, gifting each other, and it's gifting, and blah blah blah, and it just drilling on me. So I'm like, okay, let me participate with y'all. I don't mind giving gifts, but if you putting it out like that, and oh, we all need to do this, and then next thing you know, I'll go all out, get like a nice really gift, and then you come and giving me peas and carrots inside of a box when I done got you a freaking filet mignon or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
took
like,
the words right out of my mouth, and that's why come I don't do the gifts that when I did work in the workplace. That's why come I never participated in the workplace. Now I
see?
like the white elephant gifts because that's something that you already have, and if they had that type of party, then hey, I'm okay with that. But as far as us exchanging gifts with each other and all of that, even with family, you're right. You'll go to Dillard's and they'll go to the dollar store.
Right there. Listen, you done got me this $2.99 lotion from Family Dollar or something like that, and I done went to freaking Sephora for you and got you something because I thought you, I'm all high class and I put the best on my skin, and we're gonna push this holidays on each other, and then it's just like, are you kidding me? So you pushing this, and now you see what kind of snake ways that certain people have. It's not even about gifting, it's just seeing what they can get. Like I didn't see it all. So it's like it makes you not want to gift with certain people. Like they can turn you off, and they do it year after year, holiday after holiday. And then, oh, this person didn't get me this, and oh, you got them this and got them that. And I'm just like, y'all, listen, it's a lot of y'all, it's a lot of family, it's a lot of friends. So then now I just had to remove myself, and it's just like, here's $10, here's $40, here's $20, get what you like. If I got it. If I don't, then you're just gonna have to deal with it, because if all through the year it's like you coming and asking for help and
There you go.
oh, this and that, and you asking me for help but then throwing me underneath the bus, it's just like, okay, you know what? Forget you. I love you. I'm gonna love you from afar. I forgive you, but no, absolutely not. Mm-mm,
Yeah, you
mm-mm.
don't have to be nobody's footstool.
No.
And so that's the way how that's
Hey,
I'm
Jamila.
just glad that
Hey, Jim.
I'm glad it's just not me. And so it's not that I want nobody to agree with me or nothing, but it's just good to see that people kind of can think the same way that you do.
Drive
Mm.
safely, Jamila.
This is serious, but you just almost choked me out and realized y'all is crazy. No, because it's just like with gifts, it's just like if you see that it's not going nowhere, see there's a difference between giving somebody a gift and giving somebody an offering. Like if you're doing it out of love and out of like, okay, I know the Lord sees this, but I'm not gonna even put it out there here. It's like you're giving that person like a gift, but then if it's an offering, it's like, okay, I know you this, I know you suffering, but it's like, don't go out of your way drowning yourself out for somebody, and then it's like you're not refilled and you're spending and doing and doing and doing, and you're gifting to someone who honestly does not care, y'all. Like you have to understand that there's some people out there with certain gifts. It's like for some odd reason, you can do that and it could plant a seed. You can even plant a spiritual seed where that person could turn around and look months or years later like, oh, they was really doing something. They really did care. And then there's some people who it's like they don't care. Their cup has a hole at the bottom, and no matter what you give, they're just gonna keep taking and taking and taking and taking. And those type of people, once you see what it is, it's like unfortunately, it's like you're building up them or their kingdom for whatever the evilness that they're doing. If that makes any sense. Because I saw that somewhere inside the scriptures. It's like be careful or something who you give to, especially if you know 100% like they're evil, because they can be using that to build up their kingdom to turn around and pull you down. Like it's something similar to that. I
Well, the
was like,
way I solve that problem is I really don't give adults gifts that much unless they really, really old or they really, really young. And everybody in between, I don't get them nothing. But I try to give for the kids and then my elders,
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I try to give my elders,
Man.
I try to give them their props because I feel like in the United States, we don't respect our elders enough. We don't appreciate our elders enough. And they're the ones who made us who we are. Right. And so
Mm-hmm.
and you guys hear me a lot of times saying that I'm, talking to my aunt or I got to go see her or what have you. That's because she's like one of the oldest people in our family. And so I do try to respect her and I do try to do what I can for her. And then the kids, because the kids, um, I'm sorry, but it's America, and everybody in America is just spoiled. We're spoiled, and we have way too much, and we still want more. And the kids are used to getting something, and I hear some kids say, and it's even like my little sister. She was like, "Well, my grandparents never got me nothing. My
Oh,
aunties never got me nothing, and I never wanted to be that auntie or grandmother that never did anything for my grandkids or nieces or nephews. So when they were children, I made sure that I've always bought them something, for Christmas or their birthday. And those are the only 2 times that I, gift. And so when they got grown, they was like, well, you don't do anything. Well, you're not the kid no more. You have a kid now. So now, your gift have to go to your child. Okay. And
Yep.
so you grown now. And so you know what it is. And
Some
so
people you say
I
some
do put
people will
yeah,
get pissed and be jealous that you giving the kids and not them, and they're grown and
right.
get mad and pissed at you because you
Yeah.
giving to
Well, they're not mad
um,
because these are my nieces and nephews. But
oh,
I
oh.
give to the kids in the family, and I give to the elders in the family, to the people that's earned it, in my opinion.
But see, good. See, now you start to understand, because it's like you can give to who gives to you, and people got to break out of this vicious, disgusting cycle of trying to give and give to these people who clearly like don't care, or it's like don't appreciate it, because you could give those gifts to certain people, and it's like, yes, oh yeah, I did something good for you, but it's like they genuinely, it's like you'll know that they don't care. It's like God will put something in you, and I call, if you want to call it discernment, if you want to call it empathic abilities, whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
you're going to start to be able to see these things, and you're going to start to be able to see the disgustingness, or the disdain on their face towards the things that you do and give, and they are ungrateful.
Oh, I
And
don't care
it's,
about that real. I don't pay
yeah,
them people.
no, you don't have to care about it, but it's just like
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
you
when,
can't.
when when another adult get mad at me for not gifting them, and they haven't gifted me anything, I could care less about that. I really can.
Exactly. And then you get them, and then they go run off, and you don't hear nothing from them again. And it's like, see, I already knew it. Like I knew you were
I
gonna.
don't care about not hearing from them either. I mean, something may be wrong with me. I don't know, but maybe I need to care a little bit more. But child, I don't even care about all that kind of stuff. I really don't, real.
Yeah,
And
I get it.
so
I'm starting to be like that too.
yeah, you can't worry about everything and everybody, because at the end of the day, if you look how they did Jesus, they treated him bad, they're gonna treat you bad too, and that's the way I look at it. Yeah, you're not an exception to the rule. We're just not. But we have a little spoiled princess up here. Listen, I want to hear what she got to say.
Not
Oh, okay.
spoiled
Hey,
princess.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah.
Yes, the spoiled print. Yup,
She
yup.
said she was spoiled, Alice. She said she was spoiled.
I'ma
And I'm
call her
really not trying to
Barbie.
take over the
The
show
Barbie
either,
girl.
Alice. Let me quit. This ain't my show. Go ahead, Alice. Go ahead.
No,
I
go.
had to,
Thank you,
I had to,
Santa.
I had to come up here because I said what I said. Okay, so listen. When I had my daughter, my granny would make jokes like, "Your stuff is going to the baby now." And
Uh-huh.
when it was just me and Jenny, she would tease like that. But then when I had my son, it became real, and I was so mad. And it was like, how dare you? I am I am special. How dare you give my gifts to these little people? They have a father. I was so in my feelings, y'all, like so upset. And I want to say the next year came, or years came, and I said to myself, I'm not buying my granny nothing because she always want to give my kids gifts. I'm feeling some kind of way. How could y'all do this to me? Because my auntie
OMG.
my auntie tried to try it, and I said no. I said I will disown you. I am yours. You are mine. These little people have their own aunts, which are my siblings, right? So long story short, y'all. Okay, the Lord softened my heart. I started buying my granny stuff, but I realized something. My granny may not just buy me random stuff how she used to, but when we're out together, or if I come over and my hair is not done, she would, I'm gonna get your hair done. And I wasn't looking at that as her gifting me. I guess what I can say is she saw how much I did for my kids, that in other ways she would do for me. And it wasn't what I was used to, but it was something different. Am I making sense? And I
Yeah,
learned that it's not that she don't love me or she really trying to be funny, but you having all these babies, and she already got like 10,000 grandkids,
right.
and
you know, because I was hurt, y'all. Y'all should have seen me. Like, how dare you?
Oh, I know
There.
you were. I know you were because my niece was hurt. She was very hurt. So I totally understand what you're saying.
But yes, when it comes to the gift thing, I took it personal, but over time, yes, y'all, God showed me that, people will show up for you. Yes, people will show up for you in a different way that you'll actually appreciate it more. Because I appreciate, and I won't even be thinking nothing of it, but I appreciate that, you know what, I'm gonna do this for Kevon because you know what I'm saying? It's just a difference. There and I just came up here to say that, but I said what I said. When you said that, girl, I was in the chat like, oh no, she didn't. I know she's not one of them.
Oh,
But
yes, I am.
I've been on that side of it, and it's not a bad thing. And it's not that y'all are trying to be funny or anything like that.
No, I'm
It's
for
just,
real. I'm for real,
yeah,
for real.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
Vaughn, I
show
do
up for
that
people
too.
different.
You
You
do it
you
too,
do that too,
Alice?
Miss Alice?
I have one child that has no children, and
Mm-hmm.
he's the only one of my children that gets gifts. My
Wow.
grandchildren and my youngest, they get gifts. My oldest two, they married with kids. When they start having kids, that's it. And I that's something that I grew up with because my feelings were hurt when I had my daughter and people stopped giving me stuff and giving my daughter stuff. But
Hmm.
I understood. So
Hmm.
But do that one child get ostracized and he's the golden child and everybody else is eyesight
um they do that sometimes.
to from the
They talk
siblings?
about yeah, they talk about that he's spoiled and he's the youngest, so they always said that he was spoiled or whatever. But once he has children, they'll realize that it goes for everybody.
That part. And another thing, I used to give my sister and my brother, I used to buy their kids stuff for Christmas all the time. And guess what? They never bought my kids anything.
Hmm.
Never. But I didn't care because at the end of the day, I wasn't doing it for them anyway. To
Right.
me, a kid is a kid, and whether you do
Uh-huh.
something for me or my kids or whatever, because I'm gonna cover my kids, whether daddy do something or grandma or whoever. I will always make sure I took care of my own, but I also made sure that I was an aunt and I'm a grandmother to my grandkids and to my nieces and nephews, and I still do that to this day. And so, Vaughn, they don't like it, but like I told Ria, I don't care about them not liking it because, like Alice
They'll
said,
learn.
yeah, when you have well, my niece, she did learn because she has 4 kids and she's married, but now she understands where I'm coming from, and she tell me all the time, Annie, I see why you was doing what you was doing. I was like, yeah. And I told her, and
Hmm.
I said, like right now, you got so many kids, they gonna have to come 1 week at a time. I can't keep all 4 of them children.
And and you know what? Christmas and their birthdays, and just like throughout the year, my family does so much for my kids, and I'm truly grateful for it. And it, like I said, it's not all about me anymore. That y'all, I struggled. I told my auntie, like, we're breaking up. I can't handle this. Like, what is this? But when I say they do so much for my kids, and I love them for that because they do have a dad, but it's like that extra, oh, I was in the store and I thought about Jenny, and I got her this, or I was in the store, I thought about JC. It
Hmm.
just makes you grateful and not entitled. And I mean, when you become a mom anyway, you're really not thinking about yourself. You're
Facts.
not anyway.
Hmm.
So I'm grateful for it. At first, oh man, y'all, I was disowning everybody, cutting everybody off. They trying to be funny, want to be funny. But it's like I get it now. I get it. And I'm gonna drop down because that's the only thing I wanted to say to y'all. And I didn't want
Well,
to come up here.
I
I've been
just want to
live
tell
all
you
night.
this. I just want to tell you this, Vaughn, before you drop down. And you have to look at it also. Just like you have a special relationship with your aunties and your grandparents, your kids deserve that same special relationship with them,
I
with their
said what
aunties and their
I said what I said.
grandparents.
They have their own like they have my mother, they have my brother, and they don't need my people. That's I just have to
Those are their
be
people
honest with
too,
you.
though.
No, they're mine.
Yeah, I see
But
you still got some more growing to do, but just keep that in mind, and we can respectfully agree to disagree.
right, yeah. Look, I said what I said. I'm very possessive over my
Over your vote.
friends and
And
my
yeah,
family
I
and
heard you
my
say, I
stuff.
heard you say my. It's not my, and I. It's them now
And
since you have a family.
you would think I'm an only child, but I'm the first grandchild and the
I
first
understand.
niece. So it's
I
like,
have one of those. My oldest
Yeah,
daughter is like
that's my
that. So
daughter.
yeah, my daughter too, Alice. So I understand where you're coming from, and
yeah,
I had to
it'd
get
be
her straight
like,
too, because she was like Alice. She was like Alice kids. My
you'd be
son was the
like,
baby, and
the
she just like,
audacity.
yeah. And my son is the baby, and she's like, you don't need to buy him all of that stuff. Well, I bought you all of this stuff. They're
Yep,
14, they're
facts.
14 years apart. So it's like I raised one at a time. And so when I was going above and beyond the call of duty for him, she almost had a heart attack. Why are you doing? I'm saying, and I let her know nobody questioned me when I was doing all this for you. And you had way more than he has because he's a boy.
Yep.
And my son would tell me, well, Mom, I don't need all of that stuff. But my daughter would never say, no, that's enough. Girls just never enough. But the boys, they'll tell you it's enough. So get on out of here and get out my business, please.
But I'm gonna drop y'all because I've been live all night. But Miss Alice, I just wanted to come up here and say that you should have seen me. I was like, oh, I want to talk about this.
Well, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'm sorry for stepping on your toes, Vaughn.
No, it's okay.
No, all
Vaughn,
y'all say some good, wonderful things that have great perspectives. It's like we may not all agree on things, but I love hearing all y'all talk because now it can give me a new light and perspective on how other people think and not to be this or judgmental or, like it's good. It's a good thing. Good. I like hearing it.
Appreciate that. And Alice, I'm gonna drop down so that we don't have to be here all night like Vaughn, because Vaun said she's gonna have a
Yeah.
very short live, and I had to go to bed on her because it was so short. And so
I fell asleep trying to listen to in the first hour. I fell asleep. I woke up in the middle of the day. They were still going like 4 or 5 hours. I was like,
listen,
oh,
real. I have went to bed on Vaughn and got back up, and she's still on live.
yeah.
So, but I'm gonna drop
right.
down to Alice, and thank you for allowing me to be on the panel and for
You're
I said what
welcome.
I
Thank you.
Mhm. Bless
sorry. I
great.
said what
I
I
love
said. Could
y'all.
you
I'll
stop?
see y'all.
You
you.
too.
Same
All right.
here.
Love you too, Vaughn.
Be good, Vaughn.
Sorry. I was trying to tell. I said what I said. She should make a list if she wants. Sorry, Alice, for coming back up. But I was going to recommend y'all can make a list and give the list to loved ones instead of uh, getting gifts that you don't want. I just tell people it's easier if you want housework done. Just uh, like they have coupon books you can make and give the coupon books to people that they can give back to you as things that you want them to do for around the house, like honeydew lists.
Yeah,
Have you?
Vaughn. Yeah, Marjan, sometimes you can give people a list and they don't
Mhm.
even pay attention to the list. So it
Oh,
depends on the people or the person.
yeah. I think then you probably need to not cut them off or something. To me, that's rude. If you tell people what you want and then they don't give it to you, to me, that's kind of a rude of them uh, or inconsiderate. Uh, but that's just me. Um, but I just want to say that. And then for Vaughn, I was going to recommend also she can. One thing we did for my mom did for my niece for grandkids, you can do is if have a college fund, and you can let people know if they want to give, especially if you have young kids, they can put into the college fund uh, for grandparents or something, and you can tell them because I think a lot of states have. Uh, it's tax deductible if you give to a college fund, uh, if you open a savings account. So you can let people know, hey, this is a college fund if you want to give, and that way it's also tax deductible, I think, for most people. So that's something else that one can do if she wants to. But Alice, uh, if we can get 1,000 people too, she's only 40 people short of 1,000. So whoever's on the live, if they can go and get to 1,000 on Vaughn's channel also. And I forgot to congratulate also. I said what I said. She reached 500. I think it was over the weekend or last Friday. I forgot what day it was, but she's also reached 500. So we just have to get everybody those two numbers up also. But I'll get off. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Marjan.
Thank you.
Any final words, Real?
No, just great live. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, and it's just funny how I'm like sitting here up inside this conglomerate of thoughts and words, and sometimes y'all just got me sitting here like I'm got a fan and sitting in the rocking chair and just agreeing like, mm-hmm. It's just funny. It's like, but definitely, blessings to y'all. I'm gonna get back to my endeavors, and thanks for the time, and keep doing your thing. Everybody, keep doing your thing. Alice is good. You
Thank
going
you.
places. All right,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
no problem.
Okay, so thanks everybody for liking the live. I'm just trying something new right now, so y'all let me know how you like this that I'm getting ready to play. It's 30 seconds, y'all. So let me know how y'all like that. I'm just trying new things. Meanwhile, let me read some of these starred comments. I only have 2. Vaughn says, my father and stepfather would buy my love. I didn't know that's what it was till I got older. I still love him though. He didn't have to do that. That was how he was raised too. I find, oh, I'm sorry. I cut it off, Vaughn. But I think I get the gist of what you were saying. And Janice says, I remember working on St. Patrick's Day. I wasn't wearing green, and this lady decided she wanted to pinch me. And I just looked at her as though I wish you would. So I'm gathering that she did not pinch you, Janice. So again, I want to thank everybody who came to the live. I'm going to go down the list of people who joined, who were in the chat. Let me thank the people who were in the bushes as well. But Shelly Shell was the first person in the chat. Then Marjan. Then Larry King. I Cherish Church. Janice. El Cid. Who Dat? Shadow. SBK. Gertrude. Miss Buckeye. Boy Stop Capping. Kenyatta. Joy Chit Chat. Penelope and Jamila. That's right. I said what I said. You can't go around, especially not these days. Yeah. And my moderators, let me thank my moderators who aren't in the chat. I appreciate you as well, Blue, Shanice, and Precious G. The moderators that were here in the chat are Shay, I Said What I Said, Vaughn, Real Odds and Evens, Abril, and Senna. Thank you all very much. And thanks for coming. Thanks again for subscribing to the channel and helping this channel grow. I appreciate each and every one of you. Just remember that God loves you even more than I do. And I really do love you all. If you did not get the chance to see the entire live, feel free to go back and watch from the beginning, and feel free to leave a comment as well. So I'm going to play this song and then I'm going to end the live. Thanks, Vaughn. Let me make sure that the all of the links of the moderators with the channels have been dropped. And let me also say happy birthday to Vel B Reacts. Today is his birthday. So if you see him on the YouTube streets, which you feel free to wish him a happy birthday as well. Let me give my shout outs to y'all before some of y'all come at me. Can't skip nobody. Senna, Abril, Janice, Vaughn. I said what I said. Marjan, Alice. Hey. All right, Real. I enjoyed this live. Have a beautiful evening, everyone. Stay safe. Be well until next time. Thanks, Janice. Thanks, Marjan. Yes, thanks, everybody. So let me play this song, and then we will be out of here. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. Continue to stay blessed. And don't just be blessed, be a blessing to someone else. Talk to you soon.